This art project takes the concept of paper weaving, where we've been using vertical and horizontal lines. This time we're actually going to take our horizontal lines and make them wavy. We're still using the vertical, but now we're putting a wavy line in it, and what we get now is this concept where it looks like an American flag that is moving. Now what we need to do, let me put that to the side, we need red support paper, white strips and blue strips. I'll just put the strips to the side, and a ruler. You're going to fold your paper in half, like so, okay? On the edge that opens up, take your ruler, set your ruler along the outer edge so it's straight, and draw one vertical line. That's going to be your guide. Now, use the inches. These are the numbers that go 1 to 12, and set it along that vertical line. I want you to mark on every inch. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the top one would be 12. Bring it across and just set your ruler with a couple of millimeters to spare, and I want you to do the same. Mark off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and the top one would be 12. You've got these dashes, and what you're going to do is you're going to create wavy parallel lines. And how you do that is that you take your pencil from one mark and just do a very simplistic wavy line and join it to the next mark. Simplistic wavy line, you repeat that same line so that you get, as close as possible, a parallel wavy line. And parallel means equal distance, so that should be equal distance. It might not be perfect, but it's going to be as close as. When you've got all your parallel lines done and they're wavy, you should have something like this. Now you're going to get your scissors and you're going to cut those wavy lines to the vertical line that you drew initially, and the vertical line is your guide. That's where you stop. So you're going to cut, stop, and what you're cutting is the background that's going to hold and support those strips. Let me cut these, and then you'll see for yourself what we have. So you're cutting where the fold was, the initial fold. So you're cutting from the center to the vertical line that is on the edge. If you did it the other way round, you've then decided that you've made, you've cut your paper and you've got yourself two halves of paper. You've cut it into pieces. Always remember you're cutting from the folded center to the vertical line that's on the edge. When you've got it, open it up, and this is what you've got. You've got now a grid. Now take your white strips, and this is where you create your pattern by going over and under your grid. Every time you come up to a new strip, over and under, over and under. So you're pushing this white strip, which is your vertical line. Okay, get your next strip, and you're going to do it the opposite direction. Remember, the opposite, so that what you're doing then is creating a checkerboard effect. So where this one was under, this one has to go on top, and then it has to go under, because this one was over, under, opposite. Always think you've got to go the opposite way. Over, under, over, under. And now I've got myself the start of a checkerboard. If I had not done that, and I just went through exactly the same way as the previous one, and I'll just show you the start of it, I would end up with just a red bar running right through and a solid white bar running right through. That's not what we want a checkerboard. Now you will see by this one here that we have a blue going in there. It's very simple to do. It doesn't look as difficult as it may seem. You're going to weave up until one strip beyond the fold, and then you're going to continue weaving. I'm just going to show you at this end though. So imagine that the whole thing has been weaved with white strips all to this point, and I'm going to stop it about 2/3 of the way up. Push that to the very edge. Now when you've got all your strips in as well, you're going to need glue sticks to glue in the strips along the bottom and behind, and the same on the top as well and behind as well, so that they don't move. With your blue one, you're going to take it from the same point and bring it up through. So imagine, right, your white one, instead of the white, you've changed it to a blue. So where, let me see, okay, we've got it under, over, under, over, okay, and then when you've got it in, you can trim that. This is going to be the other way. We're going to go under and over, under and over, and under and over. So you'll have your white coming up this way and your blue coming around this way. You're going to make about 5 strips. This is going to be white all the way up to here, and then 5 strips in blue coming from the top down, and 5 strips of white coming up there, so that when they join, they're still going over and under until you make this image. And make sure that you have glued just a little bit of glue stick under each strip at the front and each strip at the back, so that they will not fall out. And there is your waving American flag.